Hello, I'm Chris Newton and this is Bago Replay, the weekly show to bring you up to date with the latest news and reviews from BagoGames. Up first this week, $220 million is all in a day's work for Halo 4. We all knew that Halo 4 was going to be a huge success worldwide, maybe with the exception of Japan. And Microsoft has confirmed this by announcing that Halo 4 has made $220 million on its first day on sale, as well as being due to make $300 million in the first week on sale worldwide. In comparison, Halo 3 made $170 million on launch, US only, whilst Halo Reach made $200 million while it launched in 2010, US and Europe. Microsoft continued to state that the series has made a combined $3.38 billion in combined life-to-date sales. Plus you have all the merchandise, you have the books, you have the animated series, you got all of that stuff, so they are rolling in the money. Next up, Mr. Talk's Campaign of Carnage DLC for Borderlands 2 comes November 20th. Borderlands 2's second DLC outing will come in the form of Mr. Talk's Campaign of Carnage. If you're a fan of the Underdome from the original Borderlands, this is just the thing for you. Even if the Underdome wasn't your thing, you may want to pay attention to Joystick's report of it, as your time with Mr. Talk won't be exactly the same as it was with Mad Moxie. The DLC, which is set to release next week for 800 Microsoft points or $10, will introduce us to, surprise surprise, Mr. Talk, a loud-mouthed man who may, in fact, be the manliest man of all the men. Players will take part in arena-style battles and other quests that will take them to new areas, all while Mr. Talk talks away in your ear, and you know, there'll be some explosions and people dying. You know, usual stuff. Next up, Microsoft is giving away special Xbox 360s to its long-time Live members. Have you been using Xbox Live for the past decade? Since its creation on the original Xbox? Do you think you've given your all to the service and wouldn't mind getting something in return for it? Well, you might want to pay attention to Major Nelson's blog tomorrow for a chance to win a special Xbox 360. Or, you may have already been contacted by Microsoft, who will simply send you one of these special Xbox 360s. How Microsoft determines how long you've been with the service is unknown, but I think your best bet would be to have been paying for the service for a majority of these past 10 years. So if you've only been paying for Xbox Live since the release of the Xbox 360, you're not going to get it. Next up, PlayStation Plus is coming to PS Vita next week, and it adds 10 Vita titles to Instant Games Collection. PlayStation Vita owners now have a date to look forward to when it comes to getting PlayStation Plus on their Vitas, as the PlayStation blog has revealed that the service will be coming to the Vita with the system's version 2.00 software update next Monday on November 19th. In addition to a new email app, the ability to transfer content between the Vita and the PC, as well as several other tweaks to the system's browser, the Instant Games Collection, which is probably the best reason to invest in PlayStation Plus, is also coming to the system with some heavy-hitting titles. Starting on November 20th, after the PlayStation Store updates, you'll be able to download Uncharted Golden Abyss, Jet Set Radio HD, Wipeout 2048, Gravity Rush, Tales from Space Mutant Blobs Attack, and Final Fantasy Tactics The War of the Lions. And finally, Jeff Rubenstein is leaving SEA. Jeff Rubenstein, who, I guess I'm saying that right, I'm sorry if I'm not, is seen on the left of this picture, who served as senior social media manager at PlayStation, specifically Sony Computer Entertainment America, has officially left the company. Having been with PlayStation for 5 years, his role included the development of PlayStation.blog to bring gamers all the latest happenings going on with Sony and PlayStation titles. He didn't state what his next endeavour would be, but nevertheless, we wish him all the best. I think he should go join Microsoft or something. On to this week's reviews. Mitch reviewed the unfinished Swan for PlayStation 3. He gave it an incredible score of 4.7, with his summary, a short but one of the most engaging games I've played so far this year. I would have no problem in saying that this is a contender for many people when it comes down to Game of the Year time. I look forward to whatever the guys at Giant Sparrow bring out in the future. It certainly is one of the most unique games I've seen for a while. Aaron reviewed Street Fighter X Tekken for PlayStation Vita. He gave it a very good score of 3.8 with his summary, if you have not played Street Fighter X Tekken before, or are in need of a fighting game for the Vita, then look no further. Street Fighter X Tekken offers a fun, yet flawed fighting experience. Tekken is definitely one of the best fighting games, and Street Fighter is also considered one of the best. So having a mashup of the two is just amazing. I'm personally looking forward to Tekken X Street Fighter since it will be in the style of Tekken, which I prefer. Tony reviewed Resident Evil 6 for Xbox 360. He gave it an ambitious score of 4.1 with his short summary. Resident Evil 6 could have been a first-class game if it played to its strengths instead of trying to beat everything all at once. The graphics look good, but I have seen the terrible issues with the camera, which just instantly puts me off the game. And to be honest, I do like Resident Evil, but I don't particularly like the style, the way it's third person and you can't like aim and run at the same time. You have to physically stop to shoot and stuff like that, so it's not a particular favourite of mine. Mitch also reviewed Rayman Origins for PS3. He gave it an incredible score, 4.7. With his summary, Rayman Origins is the game that fans of this series have been crying out for. It has some of the best platforming sequences of any game in the genre. I would highly recommend, if you get a chance to pick this game up, jump on it. Although don't physically jump on it, because you probably break the game and then you have to buy another copy, and then yeah. This week's podcast was PlayStation Radio UK Show 31, GTA 5, mother fluffer.
It's kind of like they're a parent, and because the game didn't sell enough, it's like, no, you can't go out to play until you sell 1 million copies.
Yeah, but that team is really good. They help a lot on of Call of Duty as well. They develop some stuff for those games.
Links to all articles and the podcast will be in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this week's replay. Remember to subscribe to stay up to date, and you can also follow us on Twitter and like our Facebook. Random note, I'm also working on a parody which is coming along very well, which may be uploaded to this channel, and it's all about video games. But I've been Chris Newton, and I'll see you next time. Replay.